Hi everybody, and this is Patch Logs. My name is Gales, real name Tails. I'm a software developer and a musician from Brasilia, and this is a series I decided to make where I share notes on my current musical patch. I'm on a quest to find better ways of making music. It's been around a year and a half now since I've begun live coding, which is making music or art using code. I developed some interesting techniques, I think. I'm at a point where I think some people could be interested in these things that I'm researching. So these are going to be some very short videos to just state, like, what am I doing and where am I headed? I've been doing sheet music for a while. I noticed two big pain points for me, which are first, some patterns which are trivial to code. It takes a lot of time to get them done on sheet music and it's generally slow and kind of painful to keep track of, so there's a lot of room for mistake, like in some specific kinds of patterns which I'm interested in using. And the other reason is that in computer science there's this notion of abstraction, which is when you hide the details of a certain pattern or system so that you can more easily maintain or manage like the top level behavior of that system. And sheet music is a terrible example of non-abstraction. Like, it's basically assembly for musicians. Instead of thinking of the notes, which is what happens eventually with sheet music, I want to try and use code and structure logically what my composition should be. I've been using TidalCycles a lot, which is a live coding tool that uses Haskell as its primary programming language. You can think of TidalCycles as basically a very powerful sequencer / sampler which uses code. My set currently is TidalCycles with maybe an external synth, and I have two of them. This is my Yamaha CP, and it's a lovely synth to make kind of Rhodesy sounds, or like Wurlitzer, or like more organic kind of piano sounds and stuff. And it's amazing for that, since it has like hands-on control for everything, and I can send it signal via USB. And this is my Audio Thingies Micro Monster. It's a synth which focuses a lot more on like glitchy sounds and like massive, I don't know, analog synth stuff. It sounds brutal, but it's like basically more for glitches and for chiptune music maybe. It's a bit hard to use. It's very powerful, very configurable, but it's kind of hard to set like patches, good patches. And also, this is an 8-voice polyphonic synthesizer, which is basically just for chords, melodies, and a general synth sound, as is the Reface CP too. Live coding is very good for constructing patterns, but there are two limitations which I've been finding and which I'm interested in developing upon. First, sounds. TidalCycles uses samples, so that's very good because, like, again, I can get a very good approximation of what an organic synthesizer would look like, would sound like, really. And as far as sound synthesis goes, I think live coding is still a bit. It could be more mellow. It could be more developed. It's really no match for like actual synthesizers and stuff, which is why most people have been using other external tools like VSTs or VCV Rack. Some people have been using that. I'm interested in having a desktop synth because the knobs and the controls are very handy, like especially if I'm dealing with code, because like changing variables in code, it's really not that good. I've done an entire video on how to use another tool, which is open stage control, sorry, to do just that, and it makes it a bit easier. So yeah, this video is just an intro, and we're going to explore my set in more detail in the next videos. Stay tuned.